I need your help. Please help. Hello, my fam. It is Perez, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything It Ends With Us saga. But the saga is befuddling today. As I covered in great detail yesterday morning, the judge overseeing the consolidated federal cases sent shockwaves through the legal community and showbiz when he tossed into the garbage Justin Baldoni's lawsuit against Blake Lively, her publicist, her husband, and the New York Times. Judge Louis Lyman did add a little asterisk telling Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties that if they hurry up and file a second amended complaint, they could move forward with 2 of their 9 claims. But the other 7, he went point by point saying why each one was not valid, didn't happen, or didn't meet the weight of the law. Done. Over. With prejudice, can't move forward except for those 2 claims. Well, silence after yesterday's ruling, except from Team Lively, who gloated. And she went to a party afterwards, literally. She went to a Chanel fashion event and was taking pictures and videos with fans outside. All day and all night, Team Baldoni stayed silent until now. But I have more questions than answers, and we need to read this together. Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, who is also my lawyer and has not influenced me and may not be happy with me and has not given me any information or a discount, he just released the following statement, quote, Miss Lively and her team's predictable declaration of victory is false. So let us be clear about the latest ruling. While the court dismissed the defamation-related claims, the court has invited us to amend 4 of the 7 claims against Miss Lively, which will showcase additional evidence and refined allegations. This case is about false accusations of sexual harassment and retaliation and a non-existent smear campaign, which Miss Lively's own team conveniently describes as untraceable because they cannot prove what never happened. Most importantly, Miss Lively's own claims are no truer today than they were yesterday. And with the facts on our side, we march forward with the same confidence that we had when Miss Lively and her cohorts initiated this battle and look forward to her forthcoming deposition, which I will be taking. We are grateful for the organic show of support from the public and for the dedication of the internet sleuth community who continue to cover the case with discernment and integrity. Well, speaking of having discernment and integrity, what the F? First, Brian Friedman's statement was not entirely factually accurate. The judge didn't just toss aside the defamation claims. There were others as well that are now done with prejudice, such as extortion. And now my OCD is triggered because of the numbers. And here's where I need you all to correct me if I'm wrong. Yesterday, after the ruling, I went and looked at Justin Baldoni's first amended complaint. You can look it up yourself. It's still out there. According to the first amended complaint, Baldoni and the Wayfarer parties had 9 causes of action against Lively and her party. And according to yesterday's ruling, the judge said that only 2 claims can move forward. So, To repeat, 9 causes of action in the amended complaint and only 2 can move forward according to the judge. However, in today's statement, Justin Baldoni's attorney says the court has invited us to amend 4 of the 7 claims against Miss Lively. My OCD can't handle this. So, I'm going to be super anal and read everything verbatim. Per the judge's ruling yesterday, quote, the Wayfarer parties have leave to file a second amended complaint by June 23rd, 2025, amending only the allegations relevant to the claims of tortious interference with contract and breach of implied covenant. So now let's compare that with the first amended complaint. First cause of action, civil extortion, no longer at play. Second cause of action, defamation, no longer at play. Third cause of action, false light invasion of privacy, no longer at play. Fourth cause of action, breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, no longer at play. Fifth cause of action, intentional interference with contractual relations. I believe that can move forward, right? Sixth cause of action, intentional interference with prospective economic advantage. Okay, yes. Okay. I'm confusing myself. Okay, this can move forward too, right? Yes. Seventh cause of action, per the first amended complaint, negligent interference with prospective economic advantage. Yeah, I think that can move forward. Okay. Eighth cause of action, promissory fraud. Oh. I'm so dumb. I'm dumb. This is against the New York Times and not Blake Lively. Ninth cause of action, breach of implied in fact contract. I get it now. The math is finally mathing. Oh my God, y'all, yesterday took it out of me. My brain, I was in shock all day yesterday and not my usual. Okay, all right. So 7 of the 9 original causes of action were against Blake Lively. 2 of the 9 were against the New York Times. Okay, so they will move forward with negligent interference with prospective economic advantage, 1. Also, intentional interference with prospective economic advantage, 2. Intentional interference with contractual relations, 3. And even though I don't think the judge was explicit with this, it seems like they're also going to make a case again for breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing. In their first amended complaint, they said Lively engaged in conduct that prevented the Wayfarer parties from receiving the benefits contemplated under the contract. She interfered with the production by making repeated threats and demands. In doing so, she did not act fairly and in good faith. The Wayfarer parties were harmed by Lively's conduct. All right. I'm feeling a little better today, I guess. And hey, his motion to dismiss still has not been determined by the judge. Maybe he'll drop a lot of her claims too. All right. Thoughts on everything? I've barely slept. See you in the comments.